I think doctors end up losing wealth without knowing it is because their definition of successful wealth building is based on how well their investments are doing. And they largely ignore the tax treatment on the growth of their investments. And when we do that, especially when we start to amass more wealth, the tax implications become greater and more wealth can be lost more quickly the more we have invested. Doctors can avoid falling into that trap by considering the journey of a dollar. If we start to appreciate the process and the journey that a dollar takes along our careers, from the time that we earn it to the time that we spend it, then we can plan appropriately to make sure that we're getting the best tax mitigation and the maximum growth on our investments. Some of the best behaviors that I've adopted to help grow my wealth successfully is to respect the tax system. Once I started to acknowledge and understand that the tax system is so complicated in Canada, then I recognized that it wasn't something that I could do on my own, and that when you have wealth and investments in so many different accounts across the personal side and the incorporated side, then the interaction of all those accounts and the tax treatment becomes really important for a professional to understand and help you implement the right planning strategy. Some of my go-to habits that I use to make sure that we're on the right track with effective wealth building is, number one, make sure that we save on a regular basis. So we take a chunk of the money that we've earned and we squirrel it away immediately and put it towards our investments. That way we don't miss it so much. It's not burning a hole in our pocket and we don't feel compelled to spend it. But we also feel really good that we've saved that money and that it's working for us in the background. The other good habit that we have is my husband and I talk about our finances on a regular basis. It's not every day, maybe it's once a month, but we know and we recognize that effective communication is really good, not just for a great relationship, but also when it comes to money matters. Because money matters are just woven into the fabric of everyday life, whether it be on the personal side or the professional side. So when we're really aligned with how we want to spend our money and how we want to save our money, we find that we're happier for it and we have a better game plan, both now and in the future. One of the biggest misconceptions is because as doctors, we earn a great income. People think that saving and building wealth successfully won't be hard to do. But when you make more money, what I've seen is that you spend more money. And if you don't have a plan in place to actively and be responsible to save the money and invest it wisely, that's where I see doctors getting into trouble. This starts to really become true when I see dual professional or dual physician families because they're making a really great income between the two of them. They feel like they can spend freely, and then they don't really take that time to create a plan and know that they're set for the future or in their retirement. So what I've seen is 10, 15 years down the line, they're living a great life, they're spending as they want, but then they realize, either something's changed in their family situation, they want to think about retirement, and then when they go to look at their investments, they realize they don't have enough to fund the lifestyle that they're used to. If you want to ensure that your wealth is protected, what I would say is take the time to do some good research to find the right wealth management team to help you. Because as doctors, we're super busy. Most of us don't have a regular or dedicated amount of time on an ongoing basis to deal with our finances and our investments. Most of us aren't even interested in looking into that. So having a team in the background, always keeping tabs and checks, being proactive, keeping up to date with all the government changes and the tax rules, that's what's going to protect your wealth. ElevateMD is a go-to choice, number one, because it's made from the experience of me as a physician. I've gone through this, I've made these mistakes, and I've built upon my successes, and that's what I share on ElevateMD. I think one of the biggest strengths of ElevateMD, the information that I give is from the perspective of a physician. I don't expect anyone coming onto the website to have any kind of formal education in finance, simply because I didn't have that kind of formal education when I was trying to learn about effective wealth building. And so all of the information that I impart on the website, whether it be via recorded webinars or my newsletter or in-person sessions, are all from the perspective of a high net worth, mid-late career physician. I'm Genhee from ElevateMD. If you want to learn more about how to protect your wealth, visit my website, GenheeSo.com, and I'll catch you soon.